Hey, I'm Brett,
Hi, I'm Corey.
And I'm Daniel.
and this is the podcast where we talk about everything horror and horror related.
From stories to books, movies, music, and television.
And everything else around the culture of horror. And without further ado,
Let's talk horror.
well, everybody, we have our first very special guest with us this evening, joining us remotely here. If you've seen it or not, this week they premiered a stream out there at several theaters, and we have one of the main people here with us today, Jason Leavy, who plays Killer Number One, as well as one of the writers for the production.
Thank you
Uh,
guys. I appreciate you guys having me on. It's a pleasure, and I'm excited.
yeah,
Thank you for coming out. It's a great honor. We are all avid horror fans, and especially of what films your company, Fuzz on the Lens, has done. I'm just kind of curious how all of that came about. I know obviously you and your brother have known each other your entire lives.
Yeah.
Um, how did all you guys hook up as far as with Stephen Della Sala? Am I saying that correctly?
Yep. Yeah.
Uh,
That's right.
yeah, how
You're the first one to get that right on the first try.
really,
Corey's
really?
great with names.
There you
Corey's always
go.
great with names.
Yeah,
That's
I was
good.
just curious how you guys all hooked up, how Fuzz on the Lens became a thing, and how you guys hooked up with Damien Leone and the whole Terrifier franchise, and basically take us back. I'm really curious about that.
Yeah. So me and Michael have been doing it ever since we were kids. We really picked up a knack for film when my mom would film, birthday parties and communions and stuff like that. So we would go off and steal her camcorder when she was sleeping and film small sketches and spoofs and stuff with the neighborhood kids. And obviously, me and Michael have been very close since a young age. And that's when we really knew what we wanted to do for the rest of our lives was when we picked up the camcorder and did that because it was just an escape from reality. And while other kids were playing manhunt and all these other things and getting into trouble, we were making films at that young. So that's where it really started. And then I went to grammar school, and with Steve Del Sala and me, Mike, we all, had a common interest in films and would talk film and what movies we liked, what we didn't like. And he was also a part of the team when we were young, running around filming, with all the neighborhood kids. He was one of them. And when we got to high school, it really started to take off because I did a TV station with my brother Mike, and we would after school hours we would film a lot of spoof skits with all the teachers and stuff, like Saw movies and things like that, just to get the student body entertained. And Steve was also a part of that. And then in 2010, when I graduated high school and they were in college, like a year ahead, Michael's a year older than me. We formed the company officially, the LLC, Fuzz on the Lens Productions. And then a lot of people ask why the name? Why did you pick Fuzz on the Lens Productions? I always a person that if you're going to name your company something, it has to have meaning behind it. In this case, the meaning is kind of stupid because because that's who we are. But we were filming a movie one time, like a small little student film back in the day, and there was this fuzz on the lens, and we were trying to wipe it off and get it off the lens to finish the shot. We kept going for like a half hour, then turned it to an hour, and we're like, all right, whatever, we'll just finish it. And then we realized when we were done with the scene, of course, it wasn't on the lens; it was on the viewfinder. It was actually on the
Oh,
screen of the
great.
of the camera. So it just goes to show you, we were like, when we're thinking of a name, what describes our personality the most, and that was it. And then to get to your further question, how we met Damien and Phil and all them, uh, is we were filming a movie at the time called Abnormal Attraction. A friend of mine
okay.
named Jason Milstein was doing the sound on it, and we were filming one of the ending scenes. And he said, "Hey, I got a really close friend of mine. His name is Phil Falcone. He loves the process of making movies. He would love to come to set and visit to see how you guys work, and he's always interested in how it gets done." So we're like, "Yeah, of course. We always loved having people come on set, no matter what. It's a fun atmosphere. We like to make it a family atmosphere."
Oh,
And
yeah.
Phil came on set, and it clicked right away, and the humor was exactly the same, and he was just a pleasure to have around. And he told us about this little clown movie that he was working on. That he said, "I don't know if it's gonna get big or not." And he said, "But we're doing this clown movie with a very talented director. His name is Damien. I don't know where it's gonna go or whatever, but we just finished the bulk of the shooting. But we have some pickups we want to do, and I love the way you guys are working. I love what you guys are doing. Because would you like to come on and do that with us?" And I said, "Yeah, no problem. We always love to work. I love to do that stuff." And he said, "There's also some acting roles in there. Do you guys act?" And I said, yeah, of course. I act, Michael acts, and Steve tries to act. He acts though, but
Yeah, you were cop number 2, weren't you?
I was cop number 1. Steve was
Cop
number
number 1.
2.
Oh,
but
yes.
yeah. So originally there was no exterminator, so the whole head getting cut off was added later. So
Nice.
Mike and Steve actually tried out for the 2 cops, and they got it originally. Then Damien came up and said, "You know what? We need another kill scene. Imagine that. We need another kill scene. Terrifier
I
1."
love it. I love it.
So he
great.
goes, I got to add exterminator kill, which is the whole beheading. So he goes, Jay, I can't give it to you. He goes, because I already have a bald exterminator. I can't have 2 bald exterminators. So Michael went and auditioned for that, and then we did the old switch, and then I did the cop, and then that's how that got formed. And then we got very close with Damien on that project. He's like a brother to me now. I talk to him all the time. And he's like, how would you guys like to come on and do Terrifier 2 and produce it with us, co-produce it? We said 100%. We did it. 9 people made that movie, and it went crazy in the box office. And then here we are, years later, Terrifier 3 stream and beyond. So that's how the whole history was formed in a matter of, I don't know how long I was talking, for like 10 minutes.
No, that's great. I mean, you
Yeah, it
answered a bunch of questions. We're all big fans of the Terrifier franchise. And it's great to say that it is a franchise now, that you have multiple movies and hopefully more to keep on coming.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's always the thing. We always want to, deliver, some fun, nostalgic films. I feel like a lot of people in today's day and age rely too much on CGI, and it's a shame because
Absolutely.
most of the stuff that everyone grew up on was those practical effects, and it's
Yes.
been missing in horror for a very long time. And Damien's the best to do it. So when we were coming on to do stream, we said, what better person to do it than Damien? And of course, bring the whole Terrifier family going right from Terrifier 2 right into stream. It was like a well-oiled machine, so why not just roll into the next project? And then after stream, we were right into Terrifier 3, so it just keeps, rolling the ball down the line.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, good.
Definitely is.
Yeah, you said something about the whole nostalgia of it, and that's one thing that I've noticed in all of these movies that we've
Oh,
been
I love it. That's
discussing.
great.
Is that it's the
Player
whole,
186 has entered the building.
There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it.
yeah, the
So
whole
good.
80s vibe to
We
it, like
loved
from
it.
the music and the sound effects and everything else. It just kind of puts you back into that classic horror mindset. It really sets the vibe of everything about it. That's one of my favorite little signatures that you guys all do in all your movies. I really
Well,
enjoy
yeah,
it.
because the whole thing, I feel like with any type of film, it's always rooting back to, those childhood days that you used to grow up watching these horror icons on screen, and you used to, go to Blockbuster and pick up either the worst horror
Absolutely.
movie or one that you thought that was really, really cool. And to bring people, I always thought that the best memories are, reliving your childhood. So why not go back to that
Absolutely.
time, to the
Yeah.
best times, and make a movie that, you can relate to those younger years. So it's a lot of fun to do it. It's a lot more work to do when you're doing practical effects, obviously, because there's a lot of planning
Yes.
involved, a lot of molding and scheduling. But in the end product is well worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I agree.
We agree.
I think CGI is made for lazy filmmakers.
Mhm.
I mean, the worst and most quoted thing probably said on a set is, "We'll fix it in post."
Yep, yep.
And
And I mean, even in CGI, I mean, even when you're doing practical stuff, you still have those moments, but
yeah,
you're less reliant on it. And it looks killer, man. It looks really good, and it's also an experience to have on set too. And you have all these
absolutely.
people
Yeah.
working on these body parts. Dame, I remember when we were doing stream. There's like body parts stacked up in the room, just like walking into his room, and he's painting just Dave's head, like Dave Sheridan's head, just like all listening to yacht rock. So he's doing all that stuff. So it's like a lot of fun, and it adds an element to the to the filmmaking process that creates memories. So.
For sure.
Definitely. Who was your favorite horror icon growing up?
Oh man. I was saying it, and it's funny. I was hinting at it in other interviews, and no one really caught on. I was always saying, Tim Curry. Tim Curry's my favorite horror icon, and it's true. He really is. He's someone who really made an impact on me as a kid. I remember when he came out of the drain as Pennywise. I wouldn't take a shower for like a week until my mom decided get the hell in there. But he really had a big influence on me, and to be able to work with him on this project, and to be able, to sit in and watch Mike direct him and talk to him, He's such a nice guy, so down to earth. Everything is advertised, and it was a childhood dream come true, along with everybody else in the film. You know, Danielle Harris, Dee Wallace, Tony Todd, Terry Kaiser. I used to love Weekend at Bernie's. I used to watch Weekend at
Oh
Bernie's
yeah.
all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I
Oh
love it
yeah.
so
A
much.
million times.
Bill Mosley,
I
Tim
love
Reed.
Bill.
Yeah, they're all like big heavy hitters, and we always thought that I've never really seen a movie where they're actually in the film and they can play off each other. You know, Natty Knox and Hell House. You know, they advertised it, but they were never really they never were really in it. It was just it was a tease. But we wanted
Yeah.
me and Michael went into this movie saying, let's really get the people that everyone grew up watching, get them in this film and get them playing off each other in a really fun way, but also a gory way as well, so that the crowds are entertained. And when we were watching it with, several theaters and audience members, it was just a fun time. Just everyone was having fun, and when someone would pop up on the screen that they knew that they remember from their childhood, they would smile, they would laugh,
Yeah.
they would scream, and
Absolutely.
that's the type of movies you want to go see in the theaters. And the type of movies you want to watch at home is that something that's engaging like that. And that's always the films that I always enjoyed. And hopefully the audience enjoyed as well.
Yeah, I had that moment with Ozzy because
There
I
you go.
watched Leprechaun growing up was a favorite we watched a lot.
I was
So,
always a big Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and I loved
Yeah.
him when he was when Paul Rubin was dunking his head in the hot tub in the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of my
Or
favorite things. If
the
it wasn't him, he
Chubbs-
was great.
Chubbs and Teen Wolf.
Teen
Chubbs
Wolf,
too.
yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
caught the reference, we called them
Yes.
Chubbs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a lot of cool like little Easter egg references for all the nostalgia people out there, and we like to throw like little hints at it here and there. But that's also what brings the fun to it as well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We had
I
a
absolutely
lot of
loved it.
discussions afterwards.
We
Did you catch
definitely
this?
did.
Did you catch this?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Halloween fan, so obviously a huge Danielle Harris fan. So I don't, without giving too much away, the Danielle Harris scene was fucking amazing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
I don't want to
appreciate
give too much away, but it was fucking amazing. I loved it.
It's funny
My-
because we were in the writing room and we're trying to think of some crazy kills. So I was like, let me take this one. Let me figure out and write it, and then obviously it's player one who does it. But I always thought it was really freaky to do it the way that it happened without giving any spoilers. Whoever haven't seen the movie yet, but
Amazing.
Damien really delivered on that. And when Damien saw it, and he's like, "Oh God," he's like, "Holy shit, that looks so real." I was like, "Dude," I said, "You killed it." And that was
Definitely,
one of,
I agree.
yeah, and that was one of his favorite ones, and he really liked the arcade one as well.
Oh, that was my
really, really
absolute
cool.
100%. That was my
Yep.
favorite. I cackled out loud when
Yeah.
it happened. I just started clapping and cheering, and I thought it was the greatest kill scene in that entire movie. That's
And it's
my
so
personal
funny
favorite.
because the guy who plays player 4, he still looks big, he looks nasty, but he's the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your entire life. He won't even hurt a fly. So like he was doing the scene, I'm like, "Come on, Mark, get angry." He goes, "I don't want to hurt him." I was like, "All right." He killed it. Mark was great, and Leanna did a great job as player 3, and obviously David brought his own, his nostalgia, feel to that character player 2. We had a lot of fun with the kills, a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet. We enjoyed them all.
Yeah,
We
I
did.
appreciate that.
We
I-
did.
I'm
like
actually
the
going
way-
to see it again tonight after we're done with this.
Oh, you're the man. That's awesome. Yeah, that's
I
awesome
like
too.
the way
Yeah.
you teased it. I like the way you teased the full on gore is the first couple kill scenes, like with the drill, and then you cut away.
Yeah.
And you would do the cutaways, but the first full on kill scene was just spectacular.
It
Oh,
was.
thank you.
It
guys.
was spectacular. I love how you kind of teased it. A little bit of foreplay there in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. You play,
I love
you
it.
get you just up a little bit more, and then when you did the car scene, it was up a little bit more, and then
Yep.
finally, but you know what? Enough is enough. Let's just get fully into it. And then,
Absolutely.
but it was fun because you know what? We wanted to bring some elements of Terrifier to it. We wanted to show, the gore and stuff like that, but we wanted to bring a story and a whole new, spin on a slasher film. We wanted something that was, modern mixed with that 80s nostalgia. The technology is getting out of hand nowadays. You don't know who's watching, on our cameras when we're not on the computer and things like that. And we really wanted to explore, the mysteries and the dark lore of the dark web, and people placing bets on these killers, and these killers they have a motive to kill. It's not just them running around killing somebody. Oh, there's the first person I see, I'm going to kill them in this way. There's a reason why they're killing them in certain ways, and there's a reason why they're doing it. And that's what we wanted to flesh out, so that there's more backstory to that.
We loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
It really was.
Without giving too much away, what other projects do you guys have on the horizon?
Well, we have Screamboat that's coming out in January. Obviously, the big one that everyone's talking about is a little movie called Terrifier 3. Not a lot of people know about it, but that's coming
I'd
out.
heard something.
That's coming out October 11th. We're really, really excited for that. And the sky is the limit. We really want to explore this world more. We're kind of in the beginning writing stages of Scream 2 and see how the audience feels about Stream 1. We're gonna go into that. And we got a bunch of cool ideas already. I was already texting Mike today and was like, "Oh, this kill would be awesome. Let's get more creative with this shit. Let's go all the way over the top." So we're already, the gears are already spinning. But we got a lot of projects coming out. We did like a little small like preview at the end of the credits, very very of what's to come. But we're really excited about all of it, and we went right from Stream and right into Screamboat. Then I mean Stream, then Terrifier 3, then Screamboat, and then it's just been one after another with the same team, with the same family. So it's really good, to make movies in general, but to make movies with people that you get along with and people that you love, it makes it that much more better. It makes it that much more fun and entertaining when you're on set, when you get to mess with everybody. I mean, I'm always the jokester on set. So when people are trying to act serious, I'm always the jackass to try to lighten the mood. I remember on Terrifier 2, we were sitting in like this dark, dingy basement for like the ending scene with Sienna and Art as they're fighting in the chapel. And everyone's morale's like down because we were shooting for like 20 hours. So Sienna went in, she was done for the day, and then I came out in her outfit. I had the friggin' the Valkyrie outfit on,
Yeah.
and everyone just started cracking up laughing. So it's like those type of moments that you make on set with people that you enjoy making movies with, which makes it worthwhile.
You guys are you guys are based out of Long Island, is it?
No, we're in Staten Island, so
Staten
close,
Island,
close,
Staten
about an
Island.
hour from Long Island. But we're in the New York City area. It's like it's the best of both worlds. I feel Staten Island because it can look like a lot of places. It can look like your city. It can look like you're middle of the country, and it's like it has easy access to all the boroughs and things like that. So when we got to go film, in Westchester or Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, it's all within driving distance, and it's a small knit community too. Staten Island. I mean, we have so much support here. Everyone knows each other. It's like a small town, but in a big city. And it helps you a lot when you're making films because a lot of people say, "Oh, use my place," and it helps, with everyone trying to help and give a helping hand. And it's almost like the horror community as well. It's like Staten Island has its own little community, always looking to help the natives. And it's the same as the horror community. The horror community came out and showed up and are so supportive. I couldn't tell you how many people saw Stream 3, 4, 5 times and went to the theaters and traveled an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes. And that's the type of fans that you want. And that's why I always say that the horror fans are the best fans in the business because they'll let you know when something's good and they'll let you know when something's bad. But then you got to take the criticism and you got to move it towards the next project and hopefully you fix those mistakes. You can only get better. There's no being the best. It's always trying to mold yourself into getting, learning from your mistakes and learning from your past projects and doing better on the next one.
I personally can't wait for Stream 2.
That's it. I mean, I'm
I
hoping
can't
we'll
wait.
see.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a lot of big plans for it, so it can be really, really.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
I'm hoping there's going to be a local release here. They haven't said locally if Terrifier 3 is going to be
I'm sure it's
here.
gonna be there.
I
Oh,
hope
it'll
so.
be
I
there.
hope
It'll
so.
be there.
I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in a lot of theaters.
Definitely.
I hope so. We plan on being there opening day if we can, if there's an early enough showing.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're also running a haunted house right now too.
So
Oh, nice.
October
Did
is
you open?
booked up.
You opened it? You opened it? It's
Uh,
open.
We will
Not
be
yet.
Last weekend of September.
Oh, very nice. See, I love getting it. It's already the weather's starting to get a little cool here. Halloween's always my best, the best season in the world. Not because I make horror films, but always at a young age, I've always loved the holiday. And you know, we would build like these big, huge animatronics, like we would modify them and stuff. And my house at Halloween is a shit show. There's so many horror things and stuff. I put on my Facebook. Me and Michael have been doing it ever since we were a kid. Every year we build one, we collect one, and we put it up in the house. And it's just gotten so big now. I don't know where the fuck to put them all. So it's like, it's
We'll
crazy.
take
but-
donations at the haunted house.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Some more.
We're actually
it.
at a real historic haunted house.
Yeah, we're doing
Oh,
a
it's
haunted
actually
house
Haunted.
at a haunted house.
Oh, that's really cool. I would
A
hope.
160-year-old haunted mansion here on the south side of Indianapolis.
Oh wow, wow! Next time, if I'm in Indy at any point, I would love to. I would love to come check it out.
Oh,
Come
we would love
by.
you to come
Yeah.
through.
That would be great.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We would love to have you.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's gonna be a blast. We're all excited about it. It's one of our first bigger moves
Yeah.
as a company.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good. Well, good luck on your, on your thing. That's always a fun business. I always want to explore that, but it's been so hectic that me and Michael never got the chance. So eventually, me and Mike want to make like a museum with all the, the monsters and stuff that we've collected over the years. That's down the line, though. We gotta focus on making more movies first.
Yeah, we want to
Definitely.
concentrate on the movies for now.
That's it. That's it.
We
But
love the
when you
movies.
get there, we'll come visit.
That's it.
And conversely, eventually, we would like to move in that direction with our company to start getting into movie production and stuff.
Yeah,
This
and
is our first foray into the actual business world of horror when
Yeah.
it comes to doing the haunted house. But we are into everything horror related and want to branch out as much as possible and connect with as many people as possible.
Well, that's
We're
what the
all
whole thing
huge
is.
horror
Is
fans.
no matter what the business you're in, I always tell people who are looking to get into film and things like that. It's all about networking. You have to start
Absolutely.
somewhere. Don't ever.
You there?
Yeah,
Oh,
lost me for a second.
Maybe we
Lost
lost
him.
them.
Pardon our interruption, these small technical difficulties. Please enjoy this music while we wait.
Hold on, I think I got it. I think I got it.
Awesome.
Here I am. Everything just went off, but here we are. Now, that's good. You should play the elevator music there. But yeah, like I was saying, like I always tell people who first want to get into filmmaking, you don't get deterred. Don't ever be like, don't get down. You gotta network and you gotta work on as many projects as you can. That's the only way you're gonna get better. You learn people's terminology, you learn how films are made. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how if you don't know how to light, it doesn't matter if you don't know how to do sound. It's only what you see in this little box right here. And if it looks good in there, or it could look good everywhere, and no one really knows your budget. It's the same thing
Yeah.
with like Terrifier. We made the first one for minimal budget, and people thought we had millions. And it was the same with Terrifier too. We made it with 9 people. But if you have a surrounding core that you guys get along with and you guys could see yourself, getting to that next step, that's all that matters. And it's all about the people you work with, all about the people you meet. And that's what really makes you go ahead in life. And I would say for any first time filmmaker, don't ever give up on your dreams. That's the most important thing in this life. You only live once. So why not live it to the full extent?
I love the post credit scenes where you were where you came back on and kind of gave a behind the scenes look with
Yeah.
just the door in the basement of
Yeah.
the scenes that you were
Grandma's
shooting.
garage.
Yeah.
Grandma's exactly. That goes to
Grandma's
show you to
garage.
shoot anywhere. You don't
I
need
love it.
And we shot a lot of the inserts and stuff from that, like from the tic-tac-toe stuff. So, but no one would ever know because
Yeah.
it's all that's how you do independent filmmaking. No matter what the circumstances are, you got to find a way to get it done. And for us, we got it done in my grandma's garage. So
You made it work.
That's
You
my
made it
grandma's
work.
garage, and we got Brett's basement.
that's it. You got to start
Right.
somewhere.
Yep.
Agreed. We love it, man. We're definitely all huge horror fans. And speaking of horror fans, we liked your short, Halloween 60.
Oh yeah. That was
Oh my
fun.
god, dude.
Dude, that was fun.
I just watched it again today before we did this, and I was just dying hysterically. It's
We always
hysterical.
wanted because my number one thing is we love horror, we love it so much, but we always had a knack for comedy. Always loved doing comedy films. Always loved doing horror comedy spoof. So like when we had the opportunity, when we saw Halloween 2018 was coming out, we loved the film, love everyone involved with it, but we were like, you know what? Let's just make something that he's like 60, 70 years old and he's still doing the same thing. And we had the receded hairline and things like that, and do a shot for shot of it. And when we were writing the script, based off of what they had and then based off of what we were going to make it happen, and really tie it all together, it was a lot of fun doing that and filming it shot by shot. We would have the phone with the real trailer on it and trying to match the shots with our shots. So it was a lot of fun, and we had a blast doing that. A blast.
It was fun.
That's one of Damien's favorite things that we've done. It's Halloween 60. He loved it.
Oh my god, I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
cackled. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Michael Myers fan, though.
Yeah.
Huge Michael Myers fan. That's the one that always done it for me growing up.
Yeah,
The
he's
best
great.
the best horror always has a small element of comedy to it. Like in
Definitely.
my personal opinion. And that's part of what makes it fun. And that's one thing, like the whole 80s theme, the whole vibe that you guys put out in all your movies. You've also kept that sense of fun. Like there's a little bit of little frivolity to it. There's a little you're not taking yourself so serious, but it's such a serious thing. Am I making sense? Does that make
No,
sense
no,
to
I know
you?
what you're saying. Yeah, you're bringing light to topics that are horrifying, and that's why that was the whole gist of the Daniel Roebuck character. So like a lot of people really loved that guy when he came in with the ladder and his introduction. Every screening I went to, he gets a huge roar and laughter.
Yeah.
And he was not drunk. That's him acting. He was awesome. And I've worked with him on so many projects. I worked with him on this movie called Penance Lane back in 2016. That's when I first met Danny. We got really, really close again. He was just like one of the guys, like he's an actor, yes, but he's just a normal human being, and he talks, he shoots shit, just like I talked to my brother. He was talking to me the first time I met him, and those are the type of people you want to keep using. So we used him in we filmed the movie Penance Lane, then we did Stream, and he's also in Terrifier 3 now. So he's a part of the
Nice.
family, and when you enjoy working with somebody so much like that, you want to keep bringing him back on the set because he just makes it all a lot of fun.
I bet.
Oh,
We got a
Yeah.
chance to hang out with Rick the selfie guy
Oh, he's
a couple
great too.
months ago.
Rick's great.
Awesome guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love his masks. His masks are
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Yeah, I want two of them.
Yeah, as
There
did
you
I.
go.
I got two of them as well.
I gotta start. I told him he's got to start getting on the stream hockey mask now. No more playing games yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
That's a
that would be a
great
lot of
idea.
fun. Yeah, it'd
It
be a lot
is.
of fun.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He hosted the VIP party, after party from the Days of the Dead this year.
Yeah,
so.
he did. He did. When me and Damien were down there for a joint birthday, because Damien's birthday is the day before mine. He hosted that event, the Days of the Dead, and that was a lot of fun. We had the guy who plays the saxophone from Lost Boys. He
Yeah.
he played
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
played
Hi.
he played Happy Birthday for me and Damien on the sax, so that was really
Awesome.
cool. And Heather Langenkamp was there, and it was a big, nice, fun night. So yeah, he's awesome. Always the life of the party, Rick,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
love hanging out with him all the time.
Yeah, we had the cast of the Revenge of the Nerds there, so it was a fun
Oh, that's
night.
fun. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good night.
It was. This was a blast.
But so what else we got?
Anything else? Yeah. Everything else?
You were pretty thorough in your first 10 minutes.
There you go. You know what it was? I took all your questions and I
You
made it into
did.
one
You
big.
did, because I was like, well, how'd they get hooked up? Well, how'd they meet Damien? How'd they get involved with Terry? And you just like
Yeah.
knocked it all out, like bam.
Well, let me ask you guys. What did you guys? What was your favorite scene or favorite character in Stream? And what are you looking forward to? What do you think's going to happen? Things like that.
I like player one.
Player one.
Player
Don't
one.
don't blow
Hey.
smoke up my ass.
Well,
player one.
We already
No,
talked about the
You were-
Danielle
you were
scene.
savage as fuck.
Honestly, player one was
You were
my
savage
favorite.
as fuck. We loved it.
I love it. Tell that to Dave. Tell that to Dave. He'll love it. Say, I don't even know who this player 2 is anymore. No, but I appreciate that. I had a lot of fun, and obviously, I've always wanted to play, a killer in a film. And growing up watching all these awesome slashers like Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees and Freddy, and that's also too like the part that I really like about the players is that they all have their own type of personality. They all have their own type of styles of killing. You got the silent one, player one, who's more for business, there for business. And then you have player 2 and 3 who are more playful and creative, and
Yeah.
player 4 is just there to wreak havoc. So we wanted to give audiences 4 players or 4 killers that they can latch themselves onto, whether they like all 4 of them or if they relate or like the one of the other ones. That's what we wanted. We wanted to give them options, and then maybe for Stream 2 there might be more. There might be more killers in the game. You never know.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so definitely. And I loved seeing Tony Todd in there as well. And
Oh,
my
he was
God,
great.
yes.
Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, his voice is just great. It's ridiculous. It's so good.
you
Like,
hear that voice, and it's just
yeah, it gives you
instantly.
chills. And he was also another great person to work with. Really, really was like one take. He delivered like right when we said action, he delivered everything we wanted him to do, and that's a professional right there. Really, really good. E. Wallace was so fun to work with, and Jeffrey Combs, obviously, so charismatic. Talking like when we were on set, you would literally be talking to him, and it's like, all right, let's say action, and then he just goes into the character in a second, and it was a pleasure to watch and see the transition, see how invested he really was into the character. He came up with the whole thing with the dice, which is cool. He wanted to have a tick with the dice, and that was fun. And if you noticed at the very end, dice are on snake eyes, which is the worst, the worst roll that
Oh,
you
yeah.
can possibly get. So there's like little small things that we threw in there for rewatch value, and it was a really, really, really cool.
movie was
let's see,
amazing.
what else
The cast was amazing.
How'd you land some of those cameos? Because I mean, you brought out all kinds of big names in the horror
Yeah.
genre, and just one after
Tim
another.
Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Reed,
Tim,
Mike, Mike.
Tim Reed is funny. Tim Reed, we did the Pennywise doc years
Oh, yeah.
before,
I
years
seen
before,
it.
and his interview was the one that we did. And we were
Okay.
talking about this movie because we wrote this movie in 2016. So we were talking to him while we were filming the doc and say, "Hey, listen, we have this movie. We have a really cool role. If you're interested," he goes, "Yeah, let's revisit it once you have a finished, fleshed out script. Send it to me, and then we'll work it on from there." But he was awesome in the interview, and we got close with him that way. And then when the time came, we sent him the script. He said, "I'm in 100%." So he was in. Jeffrey was always. I loved him in Would You Rather. I loved him in Reanimator. I loved him in The
Oh,
Frighteners.
Oh, yeah.
Great
Reanimator
actor,
is classic
amazing
movie.
theatrical actor, and he was a no-brainer. Danielle Harris, we met, in the cons and stuff like that, and she was always, watching her in Halloween 4 and all those other Halloween films. Jamie Lloyd was great. And then, Dee Wallace and Bill Moseley from House of a Thousand Corpses. It's just like the list goes on and on. But the Tim Curry story is really, really cool. It was unfortunate. We had a project for him back in 2012. We had a project we really were interested in him in, and it was very, very close to getting done. And he had the stroke in 2013, which is a shame. And and the manager said, "Listen, it's nothing to do with you. He's on the road to recovery." He goes, "Let's revisit it down the line and see if he wants to do something, later on." And we're like, "Okay." And then we wrote the script for Shreem, and we said, "This role is meant for him. I really want to try to get him. It's a childhood dream of mine to get him in a film." And then we sent the script to the manager, and we said, "I hope all is well. Hope all is well with him." He goes, "If he likes it, you'll hear from me." And on the 4th of July, he called up and said, "Tim's going to do it." And then that was the
Oh.
best 4th of July ever. Me and Michael,
Yeah.
so happy. And then we did his scene, and obviously he killed it as always. Awesome, awesome human being.
Yeah,
We
he's
agree.
always been a favorite. So many
Yeah.
amazing roles.
Frankenfurter. I mean, obviously his most iconic.
Right,
My
him.
personal favorite was The Darkness from Legend.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Oh,
I love that. I love
absolute
that.
favorite.
So good. So underrated. I liked him in Home Alone as the bellhop guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blue.
So
how could you not love Blue?
That's it. He's so, yeah, and Clue, he's so iconic. He was in so many films that we grew up watching, and to have him in, this film that we made with, a bunch of, independent filmmakers is great. And it was such a cool experience to have him a part of this. So it was really, really cool. I'm sorry I got spoiled a little early. We were trying to hold it a little bit longer, but someone spoiled it. And we were like, you know what? We'll release it. And then everyone was really, really excited for it. And it got more people to go to see him in the theaters and a lot more eyes on the film, which that's why I always stress, like, we have this limited theater run, but we'll know, by tomorrow if it gets extended. And a lot of fans have showed up. So all we do is ask, just continue to share the link no matter what. Go to the movie. Even if you're not going to the movie, buy a ticket, give it to somebody, because that's what was going on. And that we have a group join the stream that a fan started and on Facebook. And a lot of fans didn't have the funds to go see the film, so other fans were buying those fans tickets, which is really, really cool to see.
Oh, that's
Goes to
amazing.
show you how great the horror community is, that they're so caring for everybody else, and they wanted people to go see this movie because it's not very, it's not a lot that you get to see an independent film on a big screen. And
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
hope
great.
everyone sees
It's
it.
great. It's
It is
humbling.
really
Yeah.
fucking amazing. I
It's-
loved it.
Yeah, it's humbling, and the whole thing is, it's not just about us. We want to pave the way to get other people's work on the big screen, because it would be a great experience for them as well. So you really want to open that pathway, and for the fans to really show up the way they did and continue to show up. It means the world to us. It means the world to independent filmmaking, and that's the only way to continue this trend of getting these smaller productions that might not have the limelight to get their movie on the big screen. So that's what it's all about.
I think that's the way entertainment is going to move forward, because the Hollywood system is broken. Independent films is the most creative, innovative, thought-provoking that there is. I mean,
It is.
everything in Hollywood is just rehashing things that are already classics that you don't need to touch. Leave it alone. Why are we remaking classic movies and making them terrible movies? If you want to remake a movie like Krull or something that could have been great if it had better special effects or something. Like redo something that didn't get the right amount of love the first time and make it better. Don't take something that's beloved by people and just ruin it.
Right.
Halloween ends. Halloween ends. Oh,
No, independent filmmaking is my favorite, like, wheelhouse
Great because you could
to
see,
support.
yeah, but you could see in independent filmmaking too. You could see the love that everybody has for the process of filmmaking. I feel like it gets a little lost. I mean, I respect Hollywood. It's what molded me into become a filmmaker 100%. But you see the love and the care when you're making an independent film because you know it's like I said, it's that small kind type of family work work environment, and to have that, it really shows on the screen. And a lot of people were saying that to me. They came up to me. I went to a screening in I went to a screening in Oneonta yesterday morning, and then I drove all the way down to York, Pennsylvania, to do another screening with the fans. And the number one thing they would always tell me is they said you could see how much you guys love making films. You could see how much you guys have your heart, soul, and blood, sweat, and tears that went into this thing because it was just so fun. It shows, and that's the best thing. That's what independent film does. It shows how much you love the process of filmmaking. Sometimes that can get lost in the more you get higher up the ladder, but promise you that won't happen. That won't happen with us.
Yeah.
I would love to see it at our local drive-in. I'll tell you that.
That would be great. I would
It
love
would be
that.
fucking
Everyone's
amazing.
asking me to get in there driving. So I
It
would
would
love
be
to do that.
awesome.
Yeah,
That
that'd
would
be
be
really
awesome.
cool. That'd be really cool.
Not
Maybe
many
I'll,
of them
maybe I'll
exist
message them and
anymore.
tell them they need to bring it in.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, 100%. We could talk and we'll try to work some things out. And I would love that. That would be great.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, we could definitely-
Everyone needs to see it because seriously, it's a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah,
It
and that's
really
the
is.
thing too. It's also it's very hard for us because we don't have a marketing team behind us like these big studios. But the marketing team is us alone and the fans, and that's the best source of marketing. You want to have it spread by word of mouth. You want the fans to be happy. That's why we always take into account what the fans like. And if there's things that we think that or they think should be changed or fixed, we would love to fix it in the next one. We're always looking to please them because they're the reason why we make these films. And that goes to show you that about the whole thing of independent filmmaking. You're really doing it for the fans, and that's the only type of business that they really take input from the fans. That's why we love it, and you have to be engaged with the fans because you want to get better and you want them to be pleased. So
Along that lines, as you look back and what you've done, what's your biggest regret or a scene you shot that you look back now and you watch your work later and going, God, I hate this scene. I wish I'd done it different.
I wouldn't say I hated any experience or hated the scenes or anything. There's a couple of things you always want to try to fix and always get better. You're never perfect on it on anything. And if you are perfect, then you failed because
Yeah.
you're never perfect, no matter what you do in life.
No one's
But
perfect.
That's right.
there are things that I would have changed 100%. But that's when you learn from your mistakes, like I said, and you fix it for the next one. So
Right.
the next one you keep getting better and better and better, and you work on those you work on those little kinks and stuff, and then eventually you'll have something that you really enjoy and like. Not that I didn't enjoy this at all. I thought it was really, really fun, great, and a great thing. But yeah, there were some things I would love to change. But at the end of the day, what we have, and I love what we have.
Yeah,
We love it too.
we do too.
We really do.
Yeah, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Not a problem.
I appreciate you coming to talk to us. That's so awesome and so cool that you decided to, come on here with us. Like I said several times already, we're a big fan of everything that you guys do, and we were there at the first screening of Stream Wednesday night at 7. Butts in the seats up front, ready
Love
to
it.
go, and we really enjoyed the movie. We enjoy what you're doing. We support you and the whole team and everything that you're doing. We're looking forward to Screamboat. We're looking forward to Terrifier 3. We're looking
Oh.
forward to Stream 2.
We're looking forward to Stream 2 for sure.
Yeah.
I
There
cannot
you go.
wait.
We're looking
I
forward
love
to
If
it.
you need an extra, I will fly out, and I don't fly.
You see what happened? He already had the mask. He was there. You go.
Hey, Jason, sorry about that.
No, you good. You good.
We can fix it in post.
All right, good. That's it. There you go.
Got
Fix it in
the
post.
call back.
Oh,
Where were we
anyway.
at?
So what you said you had something else you wanted to?
Oh, we were talking about extras in Stream 2. If you need anyone,
Yeah.
the whole team will come out. We'll be
That's
extras. We'll get.
I already
killed
saw.
like
I was gonna say I already saw you try to audition for one of the players with the mask on. So yeah, that would be great.
anytime.
That's great.
You guys ever want to move anything out to the Midwest and do some filming? We're your guys to find you some locations and stuff.
Yeah,
We
that's
will
awesome,
definitely come
yeah.
out and help.
Oh,
Indiana
yeah.
supposedly has the best tax breaks in the nation for filmmakers.
Filmmakers.
and
Oh,
we
that's
don't
very
have a
that's very
studio
good to
yet.
know. Yeah, and I have a lot of friends in Indianapolis and around that area. I went to Horror Hound over there a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
love
times.
Horror Hound. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of times. I have a lot of friends, Audrey, and they run the film. Audrey and George, they
Yeah.
used to run all that stuff, and then they moved on to Days of the Dead. But
Yeah, they were sitting behind us at the theater.
Yeah, they were
yeah,
sitting right
oh, were
beside us.
they? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
good. Yeah, that's good. That they're great people. Another people that I welcomed into my family, and they're amazing, amazing. They were there for the start of the journey, and they've seen, how we've grown. I've seen how they've grown, and they're just so like killer. They're killer to hang out with. Always a fun time.
Oh yeah, yeah, good people.
Yeah.
Who is the funnest person at the con, or the person that could drink everyone under the table that you don't think that could drink everyone under the table? If you do drink, I don't know if you do.
I would say Felissa Rose is definitely up there. She's awesome. She's a blast. Always have a great time with her. Her energy is so awesome. The same on the movie. She was like obviously always lifting people's spirits. Just a genuine, kind human being. And if we were going in the group, who's the most out of the group, out of the Fuzz? Definitely me. I'm the biggest jackass at the convention, so I got to be fun. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah.
but Michael tries, but he fails. But it's always a good time no matter what. You have us in the room. It's always a fun experience, and everyone loves the banter that me and my brother go off of, because we're brothers first and foremost. So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna fight. We're gonna fight a little bit. Even on the set, we fight a little bit. But people are like, oh my god, this is so entertaining. And because it's two New York guys just cursing at each other, like, oh, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. But that's always the benefit of working with your brother, is that you just get over it and you get right back to work, and there's no grudges held, obviously. We've been doing this for a long time. So, but a lot of people find it entertaining, which is also great. I never thought it could be entertaining for two brothers to fight.
Oh,
but
Oh, yeah.
but everyone loves it. It's like, they sitting back with like the popcorn, just watching, like they're watching
Yep.
movies. A lot of fun.
I was roommates with two brothers, and they used to fight like cats and dogs, like putting each other through windows and all kinds of crazy shit.
Listen,
like
are you
that.
really brothers if you don't fight? I mean, come on.
But it's not my place to intervene. That's blood. And this is what they're going to do, whether I was here or not. So, yeah, I'd just kick back and try to watch the TV as they're like throwing each other across the room and everything.
That's it. That's it. That's funny.
Me and my stepbrother used to fight like that.
What's your favorite scary movie? Like of all time, like number one, like anytime you're flipping through, you see it, the remote goes down, you're watching that.
Well, I could say, I'll say this. I loved, the original, the TV series. That was one of my favorites ever. But in the past 10 years, my favorite movie that I've seen, like newer ones, because the old ones, there's so many classics. It's very
Yeah.
hard to choose from them. From Friday the 13th to Halloween to Nightmare on Elm Street. There's so many, monumental, films that impacted the horror genre. But over the past 10 years or whatever, my favorite movie I've watched, I sat down, I genuinely enjoyed and genuinely were like pretty scared to go home, was The First Conjuring. The First Conjuring was so cool. I love the way he shot it. I love the story. I love how it got you thinking. And the actors in it were spectacular. And I thought some of the scares were really, really, really cool. And I thought that was one of the best films I've seen in the past 15 to 10 years, whenever it came out. I don't remember, but that was one of the ones that really impacted me the most. Was that one.
Isn't that the most successful independent film like ever? Like,
Yeah,
didn't they
but-
make that like $50,000 or something like that?
I'm not 100% sure with that one, but yeah, I mean, either way, that one really was really, really crazy. I enjoyed Smile.
Yes.
Smile was another one I
Smile
really
was
enjoyed.
great.
I enjoyed it. It Follows. It was kind of the same premise, but
It
a different,
Follows.
a different take at it. But there's so many, game
Hereditary.
Hereditary too. Yeah, I had a friend who was in
Oh.
that. The girl who got her head cut off. The little girl. She's a friend of mine.
He hasn't seen it yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
But he
Well,
doesn't know about the
well, you don't know. You don't know. There's multiple people.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun, and it'll still shock you the way that it happens. But yeah, I mean, there's so much great independent horror coming out and independent film coming out. It's a great time to be a horror fan. It's a great time to be a horror filmmaker, because the sky is the limit when you're making these types of films, and you can just have fun with it and be creative. And that's when the industry really strives, is when you have people who are committed like that make these types of films. So people should be very, very excited for what the future holds for the genre of horror.
Yeah.
I know we are. And thank you for what you do, your brother, your whole team, everybody on the Fuzz on the Lens family. Like, you're killing it right now. Like, on one of our previous podcasts, we were talking about who do you think is the slasher for our generation. We all agreed Art's killing it. Art's
He is.
killing it.
He is, man. And it was crazy because when we first made the first one, when I really started to see, the fans really latching onto the character was when I went to Halloween 40 convention right before they made Halloween 2018. And they had all the, Michael Myers merch and stuff there. And then I see a bunch of Art the Clown stuff.
Right.
And it was before the movie even hit Netflix and or it just hit Netflix. It was one or the other. And I call up Damien. I said, dude, I think we have something really big here. I think you created a character that is unbelievable that people are gonna love.
It's iconic. It's
Yeah,
iconic.
it's iconic. He's like the clown, like the killer clown has been done, but not the way that he's done it and the way that he's portrayed. And Dave really, really killed it. And he just has an iconic look. And now look at him. He's blowing up. He's in horror royalty right now. People are getting tattoos of him next to Michael
Yeah.
Myers and Jason Voorhees and
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Max Leatherface. So it's to be in that conversation is
Yes.
super, super humbling. And I know
Yeah.
Damien is head over heels right now, and he's just excited that everyone enjoys the character that he made such a long, long time ago, and he brought a lot of different aspects from different killers into Art. Art has all these different types of personalities that resemble the killers that we watched when we were kids. So that's another
His
thing.
mannerisms.
His
I love that
mannerisms,
the
like-
kills are jokes. They're his
Yeah.
jokes. Like
Right.
he's just like in Terrifier 2 when he's stuffing her face and
Yeah.
just laughing.
Yeah.
It kills me every time I see it.
Yeah,
Every time I see it.
and Dave is just so good with his mannerisms, his facial expressions, and he just kills that character. He really took it to new heights and new levels, and we're really super excited for people to see part 3. It's the sky's the limit with Christmas. With Christmas
Yeah.
art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
There's so
question.
much you can do. Yeah,
There's a rumor that he puked during filming a scene.
I was on the scene. I was there.
So it
Yeah, I
really
was
happened?
there. He got very sick, came very close. I cannot confirm or deny that aspect, but I will say that there was a scene where he got very uneasy, and it's a crazy scene. I'm sure a lot of audience members are gonna feel the same way when they see it. We really pushed a lot of limits. You thought the second one was crazy. This one's even more crazy. It makes the bedroom scene look like a fairy tale walk. So
Nice.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. You got to just think of the possibilities that can happen with art around Christmas time, and let your imaginations run wild because it's gonna be a crazy ride.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
I'm gonna take my kids to see it.
There you go. That's how I was raised. My
My-
mom
my
didn't
kids
show me.
too
My
love
mom
the
didn't show me
Terrifier
Barney, or
series.
I never saw Barney or any of those things. I was watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I was like 5 years old.
Oh, he's
Here I am.
Same.
My
Yeah.
5-year-old, not 3 hours ago, was like, Dad, will you put it on Art? For
That's
real.
great.
Like my kids watch the I've seen Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2 probably 3 times in the past 24 hours because my kids just watch it on loop. They love it. They're
Oh,
obsessed.
that's
with it.
awesome. That's so
Yeah.
good. That's great. I mean, you're molding the minds of the future, the great minds of the
Absolutely.
future. That's it. And
Creativity.
that's it. Creativity, and
It is.
you're molding the next group of horror fans, and that's all we can ask for. It's like, keep this holiday, keep Halloween alive, keep all this stuff alive, because that's what makes people's childhoods. I remember what
It
made
really
me was
does.
Halloween is my favorite holiday, going out trick or treating and stuff. It's a shame that people don't do it as much as they used to anymore. I remember Mischief Night and all these things
Oh,
that
yeah.
I used to participate as a kid, and now everyone's too close to looking on on their cell phones and
Yeah.
playing their
Yep.
games and staying inside and being antisocial. But that's what was another thing behind Stream too, is we wanted to show the dangers of technology. Go out there and live
Technology,
your life.
Absolutely.
Go out there and live your life, because
Put the
it
phone
can haunt you.
down.
Put the phone down and smell the roses, or smell the blood. That's
Right?
that's
Bloody
better.
roses.
But yeah, yeah, it's you can mold yourselves. Like I always say, when or if I have kids, I always wanted to mold them like how I grew up. The holidays that I appreciated, the movies that I watched, and then because I turned out all right. I mean, in the most part, I'm making horror movies about getting people slashing people in half and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, you want your kids to grow up the same way you are, and to continue that track and get people to watch as much horror movies as you can, because that's what is a lot of fun. For me as a kid, that was a great time
It
for
was a
me.
blast.
So that's what my best advice is. Continue to keep horror strong, and hopefully we're molding it into the future of the genre. So
You guys are already there. I mean,
Yeah.
if there was an
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore of horror, you guys, you're being chiseled right now. It's
that's
being
amazing.
chiseled
That's
right
amazing.
now.
That's
It
amazing.
really
guys.
is. People
I
are going to be
appreciate it.
talking about the work that you and your whole team have done for decades.
Stream's
I-
gonna be once everyone sees Stream, they're gonna realize.
I
They're gonna
appreciate
know.
that, guy. That's it. That's
They're
it.
gonna
And then,
know.
that's the whole thing. Is like we just got to get it out there. Again, we don't have a marketing team. It's all the fans. And then obviously we're focused on the theatrical right now, but at some point we're gonna get to the streaming part. So we'll be on streaming platforms at some point.
It's
We
gonna
wanna
blow
thank-
up.
It
As
really
as
will.
Yeah.
soon as it hits streaming, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah. So I mean, that's it. Just word of mouth, get it out there, spread the word, tell your friends, and that's the best sort of source of marketing is the fans, like I said, and hopefully this thing gets another extended release.
hope
But
so.
if not, I mean, it's going to go to streaming, and we'll gear up for the next one. So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Thank you so much for joining us. It really has been a pleasure to talk with you, to hear the history. It's been wonderful, and I appreciate it. I'm very humbled that you took the time out of your day to come talk to us.
no, well, the pleasure's all mine. I appreciate you guys having me on, thinking of me, and thank you guys for going to see the film. I know you're going again in what, like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So
45 minutes.
I love
45
it.
minutes.
I'm excited. I'm super happy that you guys enjoyed the film, and thank you guys again for having me on. It's been an absolute pleasure. So, thank you guys.
Well,
Thank you.
Definitely.
thank you.
We'd love to have you on again too.
Yes, I would
Definitely.
love to. I would love to. Whenever you guys want, I would love to make it work. So,
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Well,
We'll
thanks,
right,
guys.
be in touch. Thank you.
all right,
sir.
thank you guys. Appreciate
have a great
everything,
night.
and yeah, and good luck with the podcast and the haunted house and the whole bit and caboot. Hopefully, I can make my way down there at some point.
We
That'd be
can't
great.
wait.
Absolutely.
All right.
We hope
All
you
right.
can, man. It's gonna be a blast. We'll give you the VIP tour.
There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, have a good night. All right.
All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well,
All right, guys.
Very special guest tonight, Jason Leavy. That was awesome, guys.
yes.
It really was.
We diverted from our normal format, but for good reason.
Great reason.
Horror fans, go check out Fuzz on the Lens's work from Stream, their brand new one that just dropped in theaters now. I think tonight is the final night to catch it in theaters,
Unless it gets extended. which
unless it
hopefully
gets
does.
extended. Hopefully it does. Look out for Terrifier 3 dropping October 11th. Christmas themed art. It's going to be bananas. I cannot wait for it. And in the meantime, to tide you over, it's streaming everywhere. The Terrifier, Terrifier 2, go check those out.
And if you're looking for them, it's Stream Movie Franchise on Facebook. Give them a follow.
Yeah, support horror.
Support 'em.
Independent. Like, go out there, drop a few bucks, get back in the theater, rub shoulders with some strangers that love to see crazy kills. It's great. It's something that's missing. We need to bring it back. It's up to us to bring it back.
Yeah. These guys are fucking amazing at what they do. You'll love it if you go see it. Well, thanks, guys. I'm Brett.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Daniel.
And let's talk horror. Have a great night, guys.
Good night, everybody.